Hello, everyone, and welcome. Today is a special day, and we are honoring those who sacrificed their life. While it is Team Build Collaboration Day, I personally wanted to make sure that everybody understood what 9/11 is all about. Because on September 11, 2001, tragedy struck the United States of America, devastating it. At 8:46 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, Flight 11 crashed into the World Trade Center North Tower. All passengers are instantly killed, and employees of the World Trade Center are trapped above the 91st floor. At 9:03 a.m., Flight 175 crashes into the World Trade Center South Tower. All passengers aboard are killed instantly, and so are unknown number of people in the tower. At 9:37 Eastern Standard Time, Flight 77 crashed into the Pentagon. All passengers aboard instantly killed, and so are 125 civilian and military personnel in the building. At 10:02 a.m., Flight 93 plows into an empty field in Shanksville, Pennsylvania. Although its ultimate target is unknown, it was likely either the White House or the U.S. Capitol. Many people sacrificed their life that day, and it is not to be taken lightly, and we will never forget 9/11. See, I know Flight 93 pretty well because that horrific day, myself along with many others were sitting in front of their TVs, devastated by the attack on American soil, unknowing what was going to happen or come next. President of the United States at that time, George W. Bush, ordered all unnecessary flight to be grounded immediately. I was fortunate enough to have a father who was in law enforcement, and when the 9/11 attack occurred, all law enforcement across the United States of America was to be alert for any suspicious activity, and they immediately went into emergency communication mode. I'm one of the fortunate that got to see Flight 93. I went to where they crashed the plane in Shanksville, Pennsylvania, to stop it from going to its final destination. They have a wall that is very long that you can see all the names of those who were killed on Flight 93. The wall is a long stretch and on each on each section of the wall are the names of each victim. May we never forget what happened on that dreadful day. May we never forget not just the law enforcement and firefighters and all the first responders who sacrificed their life, but may we also never forget the number of citizens that were in Flight 93 that took the courage knowing that they'd never see their loved ones again. Some of them even used their cell phones on the plane to call their family and tell their loved ones goodbye. And they were ready to sacrifice their life to stop these hijackers on Flight 93 from heading to their final destination. May we never forget what true patriotism is. Lee Greenbaum put out a song called Proud to be an American. And yet on September 11th, people, ordinary civilians of the United States of America, took that very courage. A quote from the song says, and I quote, "If tomorrow I never see my family again, proud to be an American." May all those in the United States remember those who lost loved ones that day. May all those around the world who are listening to this remember to keep people in their prayers and thoughts. 9/11 was a horrific day in 2001. Many were feared for their safety as terrorists attacked our country and took 3,000 lives that day. Across the nation of the United States of America, the patriotic flag, the United States flag, is flying at half mast to remember all those who sacrificed their life that day. When the World Trade Center was hit, police officers and firefighters alike rushed to go and save as many as they could possibly save. Risking their own lives, they lost over 300 first responders. After 9/11 occurred, the American Red Cross also responded with setting up different areas for emotional, mental support. They also did fundraisers to help with people who were helping the active people in 9/11 recovery. On that day, the World Trade Centers fell, but it didn't stop there, as they were continuing to try and find people that might have survived for a couple days. Then it turned into a recovery. We're trying to recover the bodies of those who perished by a cowardice act of terrorists. May we never forget the sacrifices of civilians, firefighters, police officers, military, and all those who are willing to sacrifice themselves to stand up for this country, United States of America. While many people are going about their day, may we take a moment to realize how vulnerable a country can be at any time. At any given time, tragedy can strike, and tragedy is devastating no matter where you're at in the world. But it's even more devastating when it occurs at the hands of cowardice terrorists. Again, may we never forget those, and may we never forget the loved ones of those who lost family members that day. And I'm thankful to know that many have remembered that day. Marlene is a first responder. Thank you, Marlene. Nurses, firefighters, EMT, medical assistants, and the family. Both my parents were law enforcement, and Dad was on high alert that day in emergency mode. I worked with the Red Cross myself, American Red Cross, doing fundraisers and so forth to help with sending people to New York to try and do rescues and recovery and shelter for those who were doing it. It is we will never forget because, as the quote goes, those who did not learn from history are doomed to repeat it. And we must always remember. I also had the privilege of being over in Oahu Island in Hawaii. And there I learned about how, even though the Japanese kept saying, no, we're not going to attack, no, we're not going to attack, they too attacked and cowardishly took the lives of several people. It's only when we stop paying attention that we are vulnerable. People need to know and remember 9/11. They call it Patriot Day, and we honor all those who sacrificed their life trying to rescue people out of the Twin Towers, trying to help with people at the Pentagon, but also those in Flight 93 who knew they were not going to see their loved ones again and called them with their cell phones and said, I love you, and I always will. And their exact expression when they hung up from their family was, let's roll. May we all have that same courage. We may never be on a plane where hijackers take it, but we can all speak up when you know something's going to happen. Because as they say, if you're not part of the solution, you're part of the problem. Yeah, while 9/11 was an act of cowardice terrorist called the Al Qaeda, many today are going through problems. Many today are still not stepping up when they could. Just a couple weeks ago, no, I'm sorry, just a week ago, in Georgia State of the United States of America, a teenager was given an AR-15 by his dad for Christmas, had taken the lives of people, as well as wounded many other students. Could it have been prevented? Possibly. He was left many trail about how he was going to do it, but nobody spoke up. We, as normal, ordinary civilian citizens, need to take the courage to take a stand. Otherwise, those who do not take courage will soon fall. I hope that this message is one that is rings loud and clear, because I pray within my heart that we, as long as I'm alive, do not experience another terrorist act by cowards in our country. Whether it be Al Qaeda, Japan, or it be some student that is not liking the way life is, so they decide to take the life of innocent people. We must always remember that we, the people of the United States, must always be aware of our surroundings. While I do not preach about private justice, I do speak on see something, say something, hear something, say something. Be a doer. Notify authorities that you know something's going to take place or is taking place. Because when we don't speak up, exactly, Marlene, when we do not speak up, then we're part of the problem, not the solution. And I hope this rings true and motivates people. You know, it takes an act of courage to stand up. A lot of people are not doing that today. A lot of people are, well, they did it, so there's nothing we can do about it. Well, they're going to do it, so I can't stop it. Yes, you can. By speaking up, notifying the proper authorities, get them ready and willing to stop these acts of cowardice. From what I understood, when 9/11 occurred, the hijackers already had the weapons on board. On the day that Japan attacked Hawaii, people were going about their daily business when they had intel that Japan was threatening to attack us, and they kept asking, "Are you going to attack us? No. You're going to attack us? No." And then they attacked us. Be vigilant. Stand up. Speak up. Be brave. If I can give you any words of wisdom, is be a doer. Those who speak up are the heroes of today. Those who stand up for those who are fearful. Courage is not doing something in the absence of fear. Courage is doing something even in the presence of fear. Those firefighters and law enforcement had the courage to go in to those buildings. And I'm pretty sure they were fearful that day, knowing that those buildings were on fire, knowing that they may not see their family ever again, of which many have not. But courage is doing something even in the presence of fear. Be a doer. Have courage and show that terrorism, whether domestic or foreign, is not tolerated. May we always remember those who make sacrifice. May we always remember the family members of those who are willing to make the sacrifice. And may we never forget those who made the ultimate sacrifice to stop further destruction, stop further chaos like Flight 93. Again, I had the special privilege of going to Shanksville, Pennsylvania, and seeing where that Flight 93 was. And I encourage you, if you ever get the chance, go check it out. I guarantee you will not regret it. But you'll walk away with a sense of, wow. Nice, Marlene. That's one place I did not make it to. Was to the 9/11 Memorial Museum in New York. May we never forget, and may we always be encouraged, inspired by ordinary citizens of the United States that made the ultimate sacrifice. May we always remember and be encouraged by their courage. I thank you all for being here. I appreciate it. And remember it. Yes, Marlene, I did too. Like I said, even as a guy, I would say it was devastating. I saw the field. You could still see some of the rubble when I went. You could see the field behind me where the plane had crashed. But unless we remember, we're doomed to repeat it. Thank you all for being here. I'm going to cut this a little short because I do have a function to go do for first responders dinner at the church. But always remember to have courage, be faithful and patriotic, regardless of the cost. And thank you all for coming. God bless, and I'll see you over at the next stream. If you could please, thank you, Geo, for dropping the link. Guys, please click on that link, head on over there. Marlene has a great collaboration going on. Again, if you have not heard or read, this is the Team Bill with Geo collaboration day. Thank you everyone for being here, and I'll see you on the next one.